So, people that look like me have been demonized for their belief systems and what we believe and what we come from. I can't control who I am. I didn't choose to be Native. I just got lucky. People are now starting to wake up and realize and listen to the Natives now that we have the light. They always throw shade over our light because they don't like us and they don't want people don't like what they don't understand, right? And that's why our belief systems are always called like satanic or devil worship or paganism or heathens and stuff like that, right? It's just because they didn't understand our belief systems. And now in 2025, people that come from the Abrahamic belief systems, Judaism, Islam, and Christianity, they're starting to realize that people that look like me, the red man, the brown man, actually are the holy people. We don't go around and say we're chosen. We don't say we talk to God or God talk to us. We do talk to God, but listen, any man that says God talked to him has an evil spirit and his intentions are right. We're humble people and we won't go around and say we're chosen so you have to listen to us. We just have original instructions that have been the same since time immemorial. When natives said they began here on Turtle Island, they mean it. We began here. The story of evolution, it's a theory. So is the Beringia land strait that's been debunked with the White Sands footprints, New Mexico, and plenty of other archaeological finds in the United States that debunk that theory. If you don't believe in the Big Bang theory, why would you subscribe to the Out of Africa theory, the evolution theory, the Beringia land strait theory? Why would you subscribe to any of those theories? It's just a theory, right? So people are starting to realize where the word Indian also comes from. People thought it was because Christopher Columbus thought he was in India. Well, in 1492, India was called Hindustan. It wasn't called India till the 1750s. They called us Indios, of God, children of God, people of God, and it was because of our language, how pure it sounded. And in their Bible, in their belief system, they said the chosen people of God will speak a pure language, and that's why they also thought we were somewhat chosen. And that's why people are trying to attach themselves to us because of how chosen we are. And that's why you got a lot of pretendians in 2025 trying to claim indigenous roots here to the Americas, because they realize how truly holy and sacred our beliefs and people are, right? The pilgrims, when they were coming here, now look up what a pilgrim is. A pilgrim takes a pilgrimage, and a pilgrimage is something that a Muslim takes to Mecca in Islam. Islam is a religion, right? One of the three Abrahamic beliefs, right? That a Muslim will take a pilgrimage, a sacred or holy trip to a sacred or holy land, Mecca. They have to do that once in their lifetime. Well, the pilgrims, the colonizers that came over here, the first settlers, called themselves pilgrims because they believed this was a holy or sacred land. They were taking a religious trip to come over here, right? And actually, in the Bible, in the Quran, in the Torah, they talk about the Garden of Eden. Jerusalem, where they're all from, where they call those holy sacred lands, that's a pile of rocks over there. The Garden of Eden is here, and there is still natives that are unconquered, uncolonized. They didn't assimilate, they didn't mix, right? That are protected tribes. It's illegal to try to make contact with them down in the Amazon, and they're still living how Adam and Eve were intended to live. No clothes, no crime, right? My people, we wore clothes where we lived. It gets pretty cold. We wore furs and all that. But down there, they're one with nature. They weren't colonized how we were colonized, right? So they're still living how Adam and Eve were intended to live. And now the whole world is starting to realize that, damn, maybe the natives are right. Maybe the indigenous populations are the true, chosen, holy, sacred people, right? And maybe it's time to actually sit down and listen to what they have to say. But if you like my videos, make sure you follow, make sure you repost, and thanks for listening. Yahweh.